Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Always forgetting Bitchute, but Bitchute is also True Divine 44. It's really great if people go over there and subscribe. You know, we are seeing what is happening with YouTube. You know, I can't keep my mouth shut when I need to speak something out. So it would be great to have a growing subscribership over there too. I post the videos over there too, so it means that if anything does happen on YouTube, you can go over to Bitchute. It's in the description box below, and they are trying to do something good, i.e. give platforms without giving gags for people's points of view. So this is the daily energy readings that I put out to guide, support, and inspire those who need to be supported, guided, and inspired. It gives you an indication of the energies of the day, the energies that you may feel within, around you, and indeed within others, just to help you navigate your day. It is general, so take what resonates, take what helps you, and ditch the rest. I don't cast any shade for that. You just use it as and when you can, to the best of your ability, to make your days as great as they possibly can be. So this is for the 20th of December 2020. I don't know why the camera is flashing like that, or whether it's just flashing at me like that, but sorry if that's a distraction. So we have got the Hermit card again. Da, da, da. This Hermit card is screaming out to us, this energy here. So we see this, to me, is always the blind and non-talking, silent warrior. This is the lantern that we hold within, and it sometimes, often, more than sometimes for me, it takes the most convincing, almost coaching for people when I'm doing spiritual guidance, spiritual coaching. Because this is the very thing that we're sort of indoctrinated and trained to not be. The hermit looks at the dark corners of the inner self. This is where strength is built. This is where core strength is built from inside out. So it's a huge foundation stone that we should all have within, and we should be taught from a very early age. I teach my children about the Hermit card all of the time, of how to incorporate the hermit energy, not being afraid to hold that light, hold that lantern up into the darkest corners of self in order to transmute and heal anything that needs to be transmuted or healed or understood, so that it becomes a strength rather than a weakness. We are being pushed into, with the energies that are going on around us, the frequency changes that are going on around us, we are being pushed into this 9, this major arcana that is the Hermit. And so we are challenging ourselves to prepare for the outer warrior. And to do that, we need this core strength, this inner warrior. We need to be able to navigate our inner grounds in order to even attempt to navigate our outer reality. And a lot of people are playing catch up with this energy. Like I said, we are trained, indoctrinated, absolutely taught to not look within, to look outside of self all of the time, to bury and hide things that we may see as a weakness or an upset or a challenge. I don't know why this is flashing. I'm so sorry if it's distracting. Just close your eyes. So this is where we are playing catch up, and we're playing catch up in very intense times. So this does compound the challenge and increase the challenge that we are facing regarding the Hermit card, because we are in often cases a lifetime's worth of hermit energy, having to dig through these inner grounds to clear out these weeds that are stunting the growth of things that are good for us, of sources of strength. And so to clarify clarify the Hermit card, we have the Ace of Coins. And so this speaks of newness, something that we can create space on the inside in order to create a new path, a new abundance on the outside, in order to have the potential for new seeds to grow. If we are cluttered up inside with the weeds that hold us back, that limit us, that control us, that are trigger points for us, then we have a far lesser capacity to be able to plant and grow and harvest things on the outside that are abundant for us, that are of strength for us, that are of goodness, of health for us. Some of you might have really been challenged with physical health, feeling really tired, feeling really dizzy, just lethargic in general, but also achy bones. And this is due to the fact that you are working through or being challenged to work through a lot of the inside stuff that you've put off or that you've been limited from looking at. A lot of you have created space in your lives regarding letting go of certain energies, certain people that were actually, you didn't realize quite so much at the time, but now you realize how much they were stunting your growth, how much they were not allowing you to do this hermit energy. And so that is you creating the space in order to have the space to go within, to feel safe in doing so, to have the tears when you need the tears. That is the way, a body's way of transmuting a lot of stress and releasing that through the waters. And so don't be afraid of shedding a few tears, or if you feel a bit tearful, don't be afraid of then smiling and laughing after you've released those tears. You know, things are worth a few tears, my granny used to say, and she was very wise in doing that, in that she didn't limit herself, which meant she wasn't a very teary person. But when she needed a few tears, she knew her body needed to release that. And it was just the same way that a body sweats when we exercise. It releases what needs to be released in order to transmute energies, in order to balance out the body. And so things like tears, things like needing to maybe have some nap times on the external, or a reflection of you working so hard on the internal, clearing those things out and transmuting those energies. And of course, a lot of you have cleared space in order to do that. Manifest and focus on the fact that in you doing this hermit energy, this inner work, that your physical health will actually lift also, that you will start to feel less achy until not achy at all, that you will start to feel replenished after sleep, that you will start to feel nourished after eating. All of these things are happening to you, or will happen to you, because you are being brave enough to be this silent warrior, the exploring and clearing out the inner grounds, creating with this Ace of Pentacles space for new abundance to come into your life, for a new way forward. This is integral on our individual journey. It's a huge portion, a huge aspect of what we came here and agreed to do. But in doing this, you actually are having a huge impact on the way that the outer reality is being manifested. So you doing this, you being this inner warrior, this 9, you are actually having a huge impact on the collective stage. So when you are asking yourself, well, what can I do to help these external realities that we're facing right now, you are actually helping to create them into the illusions that they are, into poof, they disappear, because you are yet another person that is not held and bound to the trigger points that people who aren't able to do the hermit energy are. And so they can be challenged and channeled very much more easily into positions of wearing masks, not seeing their loved ones, because they have these trigger points that create fear inside of them, and the powers that be know that, and so they work with that, they use that. This is MK Ultra styly, and so you are absolutely DMKing yourself. I don't know how to put it, but you're taking away that capacity for the outside to control your inside, and you are reversing that into its rightful place, that you are working from your inside out into the outside. And so then we have, believe it or not, this is such a powerful day, and it's such a build up energy. I'm super excited. I've never stopped. I've hardly slept, which, slap on the wrist for me. It's not great. I know, if you've listened to me for a while, this is one of my challenges, that people like Susie and keep me right, and tell me off every now and again, like my mom too, to sleep, because as a child I never slept. I didn't cry. I just lay there. I was thinking all the time, or flying, in my mind. So I'm constantly on the go, but I've got so much energy, and I can feel this in this reading today, that coming up to the solstice, there's this build up energy, this crescendo, coming up. And so this is the energy that you're probably feeling today. And to clarify that point, the second card is the High Priestess. And so we see here the yin and the yang, the two pillars of knowledge, the pomegranates close, representing the consciousness, the divine feminine, the womb. Now, what did Wayne say the other day on Tarot Friday? I'm sure he said it was to do with health and prosperity. So this goes back into this Ace of Pentacles also. Now, with the Hermit card and this High Priestess card, this is very much the hidden, the dark, the things that are in the occult, the hidden. And so with the energy of the Hermit card, it's your dark inner grounds. You go inside a body, it's pretty dark. You put an endoscope down, you have to have a torch with it. It's a dark inner ground, and it's hidden behind the skin. You don't see it. And so with this High Priestess energy, we also have that this is the occult also, that this is the behind the scenes, this is the what is not seen, this is what we see to be, where we are working behind the scenes and having a huge impact on the physical reality with this Ace of Coins, with this Ace of Pentacles. And so the High Priestess is bringing forward this knowledge that has been held back from humanity for a long, long time, from these so-called powers that be. And from generation to generation, they've worked harder and harder to hide and oppress that knowledge. And the energies of coming up to this solstice, or that's not happening anymore. There are too many people that are too much of a high consciousness, of too much of an awareness, that we, like magnets, are drawing that information out. We're drawing those artifacts out. We can feel them. We can just feel them under the surface bubbling. I keep seeing a code that is in a tiny scroll, things like that. I keep seeing a grail, a cup. And so representative of the Holy Grail, but it's not actually the Holy Grail that I'm seeing. It's part of a code, which is what I've been talking about regarding the Holy Grail. Now, the Holy Grail, actually, Robert Zephyr describes it perfectly, and it clarifies my knowing, in that the Holy Grail represented the divine feminine energy that was killed off, that was put on the cross. And this divine feminine energy is all about the hidden, the cycles, the menstrual cycles, the cycles of the moon, and being in touch with the natural cycle of life, rather than this calendar that was put over. So we're seeing a lot of that, and we're feeling that. For those that are aware and conscious, we can just feel that, like the magnets, we are being drawn to the knowing of these artifacts. We're being drawn to the knowledge. We're being drawn to the codes that have been hidden from us, the numbers, the real meaning of those numbers, how everything is connected, from the planetary system to the grains of sand on the ground. We see more and more of this truth coming out. We also see the hidden as in other beings. Now, obviously, I said to you a few readings ago that there would be the truth and the lie coming out in a big way. And we see that Israeli CEO type person, I don't know, but he's of some importance title wise, has come out and confirmed the working of other beings with the American government. Now, this obviously being some truth, and around that has been padded out with lots of lies, but there is this hidden aspect of us, in that, not alien to us, just other beings, like there are other animals in this realm, that we have not seen, have not known about in their entirety. Why? More because it's just been hidden from us and our consciousness has not been connected to that. But as I said before, our consciousness is expanding and we're drawing this information out, where we're seeing what was previously unseen. And this starts from within first. Where it is exciting to get this confirmation on the outside of other things that we've had this inner knowing about, it's more about always drawing this to the inside. So what have you explored within you? What have you found within you? What digs have you gone on within you? Be the archaeologist of you, of your inner grounds, because the things that you have to unfold, you might have previously believed you weren't so interesting or weren't so important. But these energies leading up to this solstice are telling you, are drawing you out of you and into you to know the expansion of you, the true power of you, the things that are within your DNA code, within your remembrance, within your memory banks of the waters within, of generations before you, of lifetimes that you've had before this one. This exploration of self is so exciting, and it is the opposite of what we've been taught and conditioned to believe, that things can only be exciting that are external to self. There's a savior here, there's a savior there, there's a Hollywood actor or actress there, or singer here, and they are exciting and have something powerful for you to find out about. But no, it was always within you, and it's you that are unlocking things. It's you that are going to be sending me messages of visions that you've had in past lives. It's you guys that are going to be sending me messages of ancestors that have given you keys of knowledge about yourself. This is where the real rollout of information starts, and this is the real excitement, because within each and every one of us there is this wealth of knowledge that has always been there but has been veiled, because our consciousness, our conditioning and our manipulation has not allowed us to really truly accept the holy grail that each and every one of us are, and the keys that each and every one of us has to unlock the future, the past and the present simultaneously. And this is a huge energy. It's super exciting. I can't wait for the emails that I've already seen in my visions regarding some of you guys and some of your names that I've already seen, because I love information and I love this exploration of self, and to have the gift and the present of being able to be a part of you and being able to be trusted enough to have this information gives me a thrill every single time, because it gives me an insight that not everybody gets to have. So I appreciate you all for sharing your journey with me, because this is the true rollout of information. This is the true unindoctrination. This is the true wave that we push back this dark and evil density force that has been hijacking this realm for far too long, and has been hijacking humanity and our children for far too long. This is a tsunami that is building up today within each and every one of you that are aware and awake and focused. But with this hermit energy and this high priestess energy, there are things that are going to be unfolded to you today, unveiled to you today, that are super powerful. Keep digging, keep brushing away that sand and seeing what artifacts within you are unveiled, what memories within you are given back, or just again unveiled, because this is where this real wave is building up that will push back and has the potential to really turn the tide coming into 2021, which is exactly what we need. And so we're right on target. This is good. And to clarify this High Priestess card, we have the Tower. Now, this came up in this deck the other day. Somebody mentioned, I think it was KB mentioned, is that a dragon? And it is the dragon that is taking down the tower. Now, I mentioned to KB, I'm sure it was KB, that the dragon, it's interesting to me, especially the combination of this high priestess divine feminine energy re-emerging, making herself present again within you, within your consciousness. The dragon has always been a very matriarchal society to me, has always been a very matriarchally led society of beings. And so for me, this dragon tearing down this tower, the tower is the tower of illusions, the tower of control, the tower of things that we have built up to be real that actually are nothing but illusion. They're built on rocky foundations. But because we are doing the Hermit card, now a lot of people can get frightened of the tower because we become attached through our ego not being in balance. We become attached to those illusions. We become attached even to the abuses that we accept in our lives. We become attached to the people that are not good for us in our lives. We even become attached to the limiting labels that we've either given ourselves in this tower or that we've accepted from others. Why? Because we have been taught that it's embarrassing to fail, or that it's better to have the Instagram type life, and it's okay if your life doesn't match up as long as it looks okay to the outside to everybody else. When actually coming into this higher consciousness, we see that this tower is super exciting. This divine feminine energy re-emerging in your inner grounds, and this divine feminine energy of this fierce dragon, but mother-like nature that will tear down the walls of everything that is limiting you, everything that is burdening you with this glass ceiling to limit your growth. And so this tower card is super exciting right now, and it is also on the collective stage having a huge impact on being able to see through and feel through the illusions that are trying to control us, the evils of this world. So in tearing down your own illusionary towers, you are then having a direct impact on the towers that have been built up around us, the systems that have been built to serve the few and not the many. This is super, super powerful energy. Now, the next card and last cards are the Judgment card. You can't get a more powerful day than this leading up to the solstice. And so the Judgment card is asking you, what will you take forward? What have you been building up and growing and learning from? Again, this Hermit energy in this dark inner tomb. So what have you got now that you can take forward? You're naked. What can you shed with this Tower card? This is being called to arms, called to your path. This trumpet being like a magnet, so you can rejoice in the remembrance of who you are, and the letting go of that amnesia of not quite knowing your direction, not quite knowing what you are here for. This is you being drawn in the right direction. And this is having a huge impact. These people, these so-called powers that be, are terrified today, terrified. So you might see that they're giving some shots out, like London being locked down completely, like all of a sudden flights not being allowed from the UK because of a new strain. Again, this fear mongering that is not going to work. But you know, this is an animal backed in the corner. So there's going to be quite a few more firing shots today given out to the collective from these so-called powers that be, not because they are all so powerful, but because they are frightened. They are cornered and frightened. Why? Because you've let go of the fear that they've been trying to instill in you. You've ripped down the towers in your own individual life. Therefore, you aren't even afraid of the towers that they try and build up in front of you. Because if you can do your own towers in, then you can do any towers in, believe you me. So you guys are coming through like a bulldozer with all of this divine feminine energy, all of this previously hidden knowledge of self, and you're taking it forward into the collective stage, which is so, so, so powerful and so exciting. Warrior call to arms, literally. And so to clarify this card, we have the Knight of Coins. going forward as the knight on your journey in this physical reality, but from the basis of the inner grounds, from the basis of spirit directing this avatar in this physical reality to do what you came here to do, to meet your challenges like any knight would. But this is a thoughtful night. This is a strategic night. This is you knowing instinctively which path to take, knowing instinctively where to make your stands. And this is a night, it takes a message forward, and you from your inner grounds that are clear of all the debris, of all of the control and manipulation and fear, you letting go of all of that fear and being this night going forward, or a powerful force. Us doing it together as individuals, doing it together in this collective journey, is the tsunami that pushes back this evil and dark agenda that has been here too long. They know TikTok time is up. So on the bottom of the first deck, on the bottom of the first deck, yes, we have the Star card. Real, true, deep healing. Make note of your dreams. This is where you are making the connection. You're no longer separated out of all of the different aspects of self, all in a neat little box. You know that song, Little Boxes on the Hillside? No, you are a flowing merging of colors of all aspects of self. You are not afraid to do that healing with that hermit energy and this Star card energy. Nothing can trigger you from the outside doing this and working through these energies. Not a damn thing. And so this is where the power lies. This is where the fear lies, in those so-called powers that be that would try and control you in your individual life, the people around you that have been controlling previously, and the so-called powers that be on that stage that is not going to be theirs for much longer. And we have on the bottom of the other deck the Seven of Swords. And so this speaks to there being a theft, and this is where we are seeing that there is this attempted theft of freedom, attempted theft of this next cycle that we are in now in Aquarius, attempting hijacking of the air and the thought process of Aquarius itself. And this is compared to the energies that I've just read out for you guys, whoever this resonates with. This is like a fly on a horse. You just twitch and it flies away now. The power has gone out of it. You know, there's this diffusion of the power, which is awesome, because it's a midget compared to the energies that you are focusing on and exuding. And so this is all powerful. What a day leading up to the solstice. I'm going to try and do a video later regarding this hermit card energy. I mentioned that to somebody the other day. I need to do this because this hermit card energy is coming forward, and it's coming forward real strong, and calling upon us to indulge in all of its strengths and all of the light that it can bring into our lives and all of the lives around us. So I'll try and fit that in. I love you all very, very much. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Please share the channel. The more subscribers I can get, the more sustainable I can be, the more content I can put out. I really do appreciate everybody that's doing that. If you want to treat somebody for a present for this solstice, or for Christmas, if you exchange gifts at Christmas, you can get them a personal reading from me, or you can get them some spiritual coaching, some spiritual guidance sessions, or indeed some energy work sessions, which are really fun, really powerful, and really help you gain your strength, balance out your energy, and become a force to be reckoned with. I love you all very, very much. Stay balanced and pulling you out before you're ready, and stay whole. Mwah.